Yeah, it's a constant process. That's what coming back from injury is. There's going to be good days and bad days, and we're going to take it day by day.
What percentage would you say you're at right now? You think?
That's tough to say. I'll be ready to go by the season.
What's been like the most challenging part in terms of, is it soreness, tightness? Like, can you walk us through when you've had days where you said, you're gonna have good and bad days? Like, what does your bad day, like, what are you dealing with?
Yeah, so it's not always just when you're coming back from injury. You're learning how to maneuver your body in new ways that you haven't done in a while. So there's going to be things that pop up, whether it's the wrist or whether it's something else that you have to work through, and that's coming back from injury. That happens every time. So I've been through that. I know what that process is like, and so I can handle it better now.
What was the conversation like with Zach? Like you said, when they, the rest days and kind of making sure that they kind of manage the load for you throughout this time. What was that conversation like, and kind of how has that been for you?
Yeah, it's been great. I That's something that we're being more proactive about this year. That we don't have to be ready to go in the middle of June. We got to be ready to go early September through February. So that's how we're attacking this off season and this rehab plan and these practices and training camp. We're attacking it like I want to be out there playing in February.
Is it easy? I want to compete. How hard is that though? To kind of scale back when you want to, when it's your nature to want to go full mode offense.
Yeah, it's always hard to change your mindset when you've done it one way for so long, and that's gotten you to where I'm at now. And I feel really good about the player that I am because of that work that I put in. But now I feel like I'm transitioning more to listening to my body and making sure that I'm feeling 100% so I can go out and perform. I'm not making these big leaps year to year. I'm feel really good about where I'm at as far as how I'm going to play. Now it's just about making sure my body is in the right place to be able to do that.
Sorry. You mentioned that you got to make sure your wrist, but then there's other body parts because like T-bone connect to the leg bone connect to the ankle bone. That was a story. How do you make? I mean, I guess how do you process the fact that not only are you working on the wrist, but you're trying to make sure that you're not doing anything that would affect negatively another part of your body? That's a tough balance act sometimes?
Yeah, it is. But fortunately, I've been through this before, so I know exactly what it's going to take for me to feel tip-top shape come September, and our training staff has been through it before, coaching staff has been through it with me before, so we know how to handle it. Just like anything, the more reps that you get with something, the better you're going to be at handling it in the future, and I feel like we're doing that. I'm really happy with how we've handled it so far, and we're going to continue to handle it this way going forward.
What are you hoping to get out of this week?
Well, get the timing with the receivers. It's nice to have Jamar back. These times during this time of year are always about team chemistry, building that trust throughout the team so that you can go out and perform on Sundays. And I feel like, we've had some fun team meetings. We've done some fun things as a team to try to build that. And I think that's what this time is about. This isn't about, making sure that everything is, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. That's not what this time is about. This time is about being around the guys, getting on the field with the guys, learning how to communicate out there. So come training camp, everything fires a little faster.
Do you have a plan from the end of this week until training camp, or is that something that you'll put in motion at the end of this week?
Yeah, I have this whole next month laid out of how I want to handle it, my rest days, the weeks that I'm going to grind. So we have that all laid out, and I'm excited about it.
Practice is practice, Joe, and obviously you want to be out there throwing the ball, but do you almost feel like throwing the ball is part of the rehab? If you kind of get my drift, that to get better, I have to throw the ball and throw it a certain way, even if it's 50%, 75%.
Yeah, I would say that is definitely a part of it. You want to get those biomechanics back in your muscle memory, but I also feel really good about how I'm throwing, and so now it's just about making sure my body feels the way that I need to come July 24th on our first day of practice, and then through training camp into the first game.
This is about how you expected to feel, though. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, this is. You always forget how hard it is coming back from injury. That's every time it happens. I think the same thing because there's always peaks where you're like, I'm feeling great, and then a couple months later, you have a couple days where it's like, man, I'm not feeling that great. And in the past, I pushed through that and caused problems for myself. And this year, I'm not doing that.
If you needed to access your best throw, your hardest throw into a tight window, do you feel right now you're in a place where you can do that?
Yeah, 100%.
Joe, the playbook with pitch, how much different is it, compared to, since you came into the league? I mean, is it that much different? Or is it...
I mean, our core offense is our core offense. We're going to do what we do. Every year, there's new wrinkles and new plays that you add to the fold that we think are going to help us, and then that's what this time is for, to call those plays in the huddle, go and walk through those plays, and then come training camp, you throw them out there, see what works, see what doesn't, and that's what this all process is about. It's about trial and error, and that's kind of what I like about this period is you're trying a lot of new things. Not everything is going to work, and you're going to throw some stuff out, and you're going to keep some stuff, and then come September, all that stuff is ironed out, and you can go out and play.
Do you see much of a change? Do you see much of a change? Or is it, it would be hard for us to tell between...
I mean, like I said, every year you're putting in new stuff. The coaches go through and do the self scout and watch other teams throughout the league, see what can help us, see what can't, and that's the process every year.
What difference do you notice in practice when Jamar isn't present among the other receivers?
You definitely feel his presence. It was nice having him back out there. He's a guy that always brings energy, always is talking to guys, whether it's about executing the play that's being run or whether it's just providing some fun and some energy. He's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy that you love being around, so it's always good to have him back.
If y'all get any throws in 7s or 11s throughout the next couple days, are y'all planning to get any work in regardless between now and the start of training camp?
We'll see. I feel good about where our chemistry is. I don't feel the need for that, but if it happens, it happens.
Joe, how much is left to what Jamar's game can be? Are there more levels for you guys to open up with him and ways to use him that you even haven't yet? I mean, when everything you've done so far has been at such a high level.
Yeah, there's always room to improve. Every once in a while we'll text each other throughout the off season thinking, we're always thinking ball. So he'll text me one of his thoughts, I'll text him one of my thoughts. That's the chemistry that you need to go out and perform the way that we have and that we're going to continue.
Read the field as well as anybody. Is there improvement in that? I mean, what do you do to say, all right, it was a pretty good year last year, I wasn't fooled very much. I mean, what do you do to even get better at that and seeing everything that you want to see?
Yeah, every year you've banked reps from the past, and so whenever a new season happens, you'll see a defense come up against a play that maybe you haven't in the past, and now you've banked that rep for the future. So every year that you play, you're improving your mind, your football mind about concepts, what works against certain looks, what doesn't work against certain looks, and that's a constant progression of your mind, and that's what I think is, I really enjoy that. It's like a chess match. You're always banking those reps to call on maybe a check in the future, and maybe it comes up, maybe it doesn't, but when it does, it's always a really good feeling.
Do you give him any contract advice as he kind of goes through this? Having been in the situation last year, how much do you kind of talk to him about kind of the whole process as you wait for a deal?
No, I kind of let, I think the best way to handle that is to let him handle business the way that he sees fit.
Do you ever interject and you give your opinions on his value to the front office when they ask, or does it need to be stated at this point, or do you feel the need to?
It doesn't need to be stated. Everybody knows what we got in him.
Do you feel any pressure in terms of, we talked about the need to get yourself to September, and if so, have you had to use like different outlets to help you, mentally deal with maybe some of the pressure you feel and being able to fully get through a training camp because you have an injury? Obviously, I know you can't control it, but just from like a mental standpoint, has that been something you've had to work through?
It's definitely something I've thought about. Yeah, whenever the injuries start to stack up, your football mortality kind of comes into the back of your mind. So that's definitely something that I've thought about and something that I've had to fight through. That's every injury that happens. You know, they stack, and you know, you continue to think about how you can get better from those and how you can come back an improved player when maybe you're not getting the reps that you had because of your injury. So it's always a challenge. It always is. But you know, I'm built for it. Our team is built for it, and the people that I have surrounded myself with have been through it with me as well. So I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about what we're going to do, and I'm excited about all the guys we have in the locker room.
Does that help get you through the this off season? Maybe the next 6 weeks being different than past sessions between OTAs and training camp.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna not quite grind as much for this next month and a half. You know, my off season has been about 10 weeks longer than everybody else's, so I've had 10 weeks of work that everybody else hasn't. So I feel really good about where I'm gonna be at come training camp.
Joe, you mentioned your familiarity with dealing with the off-season injuries in the last few years. Do you feel that, though, that it hardens you and helps you along the way in the regular season dealing with those in that adversity?
Mentally, yeah. You know, you definitely, whenever you fight through adversity and come out on the other side, it definitely gives you a feeling of invincibility at times, but obviously you know that that is not the case. And so it's always a balancing act. And that's what this offseason has been about for me. It's not pushing through some things that I've pushed through in the past. You know, I've always prided myself on my mental toughness to be able to push through pain and push through those injuries. And so that's kind of been my growth this offseason is taking a step back and understanding my value to the organization and to the team, and the value of the work that I've put in for the last 10 years, and relying on that as opposed to relying on my work week in and week out, day to day.
You kind of talked about it referencing indirectly, but you know, going back to the calf at the beginning of last year, how much have you thought about what you would have done differently over the last few months? I mean, is that something that's top of mind? And I mean, looking back, what would you have maybe done differently this time? What, you know, if it would have happened again?
Yeah, I definitely thought about that. I don't think I quite handled it the right way. I definitely would have taken some more time, and so that's kind of been, you know, I would say the calf was the catalyst for that change.
Have you texted with T the way you have with Jamar this offseason?
Yeah, me and T are always talking. I've seen T several times this offseason. He looks great. You know, whenever he's ready to come back, I'll be excited to see him.
Would throwing with him over this break be something you would want to do, or something you guys have talked about?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've had some time with a new group of receivers, rhythm, timing, trust, all that coming along?
Yeah, it's been exciting to see the growth of some of those guys. With T and Jamar not being here, guys have gotten some great reps, and being able to have those conversations that I would have had with Jamar and T, and now having those reps with some of the younger guys, I think creating that dialogue has been a big part of this offseason. It's been really exciting to see guys like Andre and Trenton and Shed have really good OTAs and continuing to get better. That's always exciting.
How much have you taken pride since you're like back to Athens, which is outworking everybody else and working as hard as you can to put yourself in position? How much have you taken pride in that over the years since you were in high school to now?
Yeah, for a long time, that's all I had. You know, I really wasn't, you know, like everybody knows my story. I didn't play for 3 years, and so for that time, all I had was the thought that I was putting in the work that would eventually pay off, and it eventually did. And so that's all I've known for the last, like I said, 10 years. So you know, that shift in mindset has been tough, but it's, I think, necessary.
Over the last couple of years, defenses have thrown different stuff at you guys early in the year, and then you've had to adjust. Do you have any thoughts or expectations on what defenses differently might throw at you this year?
Yeah, we'll see. I think we'll see a little bit more variety than we have in the past. But I think we're going to dictate that a little more this year. I'm excited about the pressure we're going to put on defenses with our style of offense this year. I think it'll be exciting to watch.
Kind of on that note, like you guys lined up with your starting three receivers a lot over the last couple of years. Is it kind of interesting to see, maybe you'll have some different groupings, some different, more versatility on the offense this year? Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think with the personnel that we have this year, we'll be able to do a lot more with, like you said, personnel groupings, putting different people in different spots and, doing a lot of different things as far as eye candy and making teams adjust their personnel based on ours. So I think, the next couple months throughout training camp will kind of iron all that out, and coaches will go back and self-scout for the next month after this and kind of iron that out. But I'm excited to kind of dive into that world.
You mentioned the change in mindset. Does that almost, or do you anticipate it switching back when the regular season starts and everything matters and it's that situation again? Or is it somewhere in the middle?
I think my mindset in the regular season is always going to be the same. At that point, building your body up is kind of behind you. That's what the off season is for. And so at that point, it is always been about maintenance and making sure that you're feeling right for Sunday. So, once the season comes, I think it'll be business as usual.
You think that running back, the new backfield, does that kind of open up to a little bit more versatility as well? You got some interesting guys there. It's different than what you've had in years past.
Yeah, I feel really good about our backs. Chase looks great. He's an explosive guy that, can take it to the house at any time. He's looked great catching the ball out of the backfield. He worked really hard at that, and it's paying off. And then, Zach coming in has been, he's going to do a great job for us this year. He's a guy that's very even-keeled. He's going to do his job. He's going to run really hard. So I'm excited to see what those two guys can bring.
You said you're not going to push it as hard. What do you plan to do in terms of what are some of your hobbies in this time off that you have for football?
Well, we're gonna travel a little bit, learning how to play the piano, so that's always fun.
How are you
Um, just YouTube videos. Yeah, it's been a fun process. But sit out by the pool. Obviously still get my workouts in, but we'll be smart about it. Gonna go through the normal process, but just gonna be more smart about it.
How far along are you with the piano? You got any repertoire songs?
Got a couple songs I can play. Yeah.
Reviews about the Madden cover speculation?
The what?
The Madden cover speculation?
I don't know what you're talking about. I know a lot of people asked me if I was, but I didn't exactly understand what was happening with that.
During the break, your grandma receives a big award here next month. What is her story meant to you?
Yeah, our family takes great pride in our achievements, I would say. And so, I remember the first time my dad told me how good my grandma was at basketball, and so that was exciting to hear about. And so I think it's going to be exciting for our family to see her get that award, much deserved. So we love our grandparents. It's always great to see them, and so to see them happy and to see something that they worked really hard for come true, I think will be exciting.
Joe, a lot of Cincinnati sports fans talking about the jersey you gave Ellie, keep turning up the city. How have you been able to kind of touch base with him and kind of relate about what you two kind of bring the city and how special it's been for both?
Yeah, he's an exciting player. I think their last season to this season feels a lot like our 2020 to 2021 with the excitement that they're bringing to the city, and so you can feel that energy. I went to a game on Friday, and it was a lot of fun, so hopefully they can keep winning. He's going to keep doing his thing. It's fun to watch. Thanks, guys.